Hi everyone, welcome to the Riverside Aquatics Complex for the final match of Day 3 of the FINA Intercontinental Tournament alongside Steve Carrera, Greg Meskel here with you poolside for a meeting of rivals. Team USA meeting Canada for first place in Group A play. Both teams, Steve, have rolled through the competition here in their first two matches, and now we get a chance to see two of these rivals get together in a big-time game. Well, great rivalry between Team USA and Team Canada. Not only, both teams are feeling each other out with some younger players on the rosters, but also the mentor against the pupil, Adam Krikorian and Guy Baker, both UCLA former coaches and now coaching against each other. Should be a great game. Guy Baker and Adam Krikorian coaching together at UCLA for some time. Guy Baker, the former USA national team coach. Adam Krikorian following after him and leading Team USA to gold at the last Olympic Games. And to your point, some younger players playing in this. For Canada, we're seeing some of their up-and-coming players, some of the athletes that are still in college or just finishing college. Shae Fournier with Indiana, Alexis Tillman with UCLA. For Team USA, you see a couple of high schoolers out there, Maddie Musselman, Mackenzie Fisher, E.B. Keeve from Arizona State. So interesting to see this rivalry continues despite some younger athletes. Yeah, I mean, it's so impressive to see both teams really building up their pipeline heading up into the Olympics. And so to see these younger players compete on this stage, it's going to be great. Great crowd here tonight. I'm very excited. USA and Canada coming up here in Riverside. We'll take a quick timeout, get you back in the lineups and the opening sprint. Stay with us. Back here, poolside, Riverside Aquatics Complex. Steve Carrera, Greg Meskel here with you. Day 3 of the FINA Intercontinental Tournament. Canada and Team USA meeting. Let's take a look at each of these teams. And first, Canada, their head coach Guy Baker, as we mentioned, coming out in the Whitecaps. Nicola Coulter-John, the captain, Christina Alagbo, Katrina Monton, Alexa Thielman, Monika Eggens, Emma Wright, Joelle Bekhazi, Axel Crevier, Carmen Eggens, Christine Robinson, Elise LeMay-Lavoie, Shae Fournier, and Alicia Magliocco for the Canadians and for Team USA. And they'll come out here in the dark caps. And head coach Adam Krikorian, Betsy Armstrong, Maddie Rosenthal, Marissa Young, Colleen O'Donnell, KK Clark, Priscilla Orozco, Maddie Musselman, Mackenzie Fisher, Jillian Krause, Kaleigh Gilchrist, Elise Williams, the captain Kami Craig, and E.B. Keeve. And it'll be E.B. Keeve getting the start tonight for Team USA in goal, and Nicola Coulter-John for Team Canada. And Steve, all week long we've seen a mixture of goalies. Teams have gone like Canada did yesterday, quarter for quarter, going Nicola Coulter-John and Alicia Magliocco. Team USA has alternated game by game. So we'll see here if Betsy Armstrong perhaps plays the second quarter or maybe the second half, as we're about set here for the opening sprint between these two squads. I would say the biggest sort of eye-opener out there right now is that you got a high school sophomore sprinting for the Team USA right now. And that's Maddie Musselman, the 15-year-old sophomore from Corona Del Mar High School in Orange County. And she wins that opening sprint, gets it back to KK Clark, and Team USA will start things off with Clark controlling. A lot of teams in this tournament not familiar with each other, not the case in this game. Team USA and Canada play often. Usually the road to the Olympic Games comes down to these two teams at the Pan American Games. That honor has gone to Team USA in the last several occasions. And right away the physical play in 2 meters. And obviously Team USA having one of the best centers in the world. Maddie Musselman takes a quick shot. Outside try by Musselman, knocked down there by Coulter-John. And Canada will get their first look on offense. Controlling here for Canada is Carmen Eggens. Gives off to her sister Monika Eggens. And now here's Alagbo. Katrina Monton looking to post. Canada has gone with a double center lineup here. Outside shot. What a look from Monika Eggens, hitting from deep, and one of the top scorers for this Canada team and one of the best shooters around buries that one and puts the Canadians in front 1-0. Great shot cross cage, right around the shot blocker. It's tough for the goalie to see that coming through. E.B. Keeve getting the start. The red shirt sophomore from Arizona State, coming off a great season with the Sun Devils. Here's Krause. Back to Clark. Kami Craig working in at 2 meters, dealing with Eggens. Krause gives it a look, fires, bar down and out. Rebound controlled by Coulter-John. And the ball comes back to Canada. A little over a minute gone by here in the first. Here's Joelle Bekhazi, pressed out near mid-tank by Elise Williams. Entry into a Lagba, who has a mismatch, picked up there by Musselman. Eggens, Robinson, shot clock to 7, ordinary called. Here's Eggens. Robinson nowhere to go, to Bekhazi, and her shot wide left as the shot clock expired, and it'll come back into Team USA and E.B. Keeve.
It was a great possession by Team USA, really forcing the ball from one side to the other, never allowing 2 meters to get comfortable.
KK Clark takes her eye off the ball. Ball taken away by Eggens on the steal, and then Clark excluded in transition, and now Canada with numbers. Here's Monika Eggens, deals back to Katrina Monton. She'll walk it in, unguarded, fire and score. Canada's ahead 2-0.
You know, those perimeter turnovers kill you, especially the ones that are in transition. You get the quick kick out, and they're up 3-on-2. It's going to be a very easy goal for Canada.
2 minutes gone by. Canada ahead 2-0 here. Ordinary called as Kraus controls. Here's Elise Williams on the near side. Williams takes a look. Couple of fakes. Nothing there. Deals to Kraus. She'll walk it into about 6 meters. Kraus takes a look. Few fakes. Shot clock to 10 for the United States. Entry into Craig. Turn. Bar down. Does not go. And the rebound to Coulter-John.
And you could tell, you know, the first couple possessions, Canada was really aware of Craig. I mean, obviously, you just saw her power. I mean, even in a crowd, she's able to get a shot off. Just a great player.
Joelle Bekhazi. Here's Carmen Eggens. Shot clock to 7. Gives off to Eggens, picked up there by Gilchrist, into a Logbo. Turning on Williams, and she's going to run out of time. Shot clock expires on Canada. It will come back to Keeve and Team USA with 5 minutes to go here in the first. Keeve finds Kraus in the front court. Alagbo trailing. Here's Gilchrist far side. Entry into Craig, the turn. Double team comes, exclusion called. Kami Craig draws a power play opportunity for Team USA. Carmen Eggens, the guilty party. And a 6-on-5 chance here for Team USA.
And the 6-on-5 is going to be a major emphasis, obviously, in this game. We've talked about it in the last 3 games. So we'll see how Team USA does here with 6-on-5.
Gilchrist gives it a look. To Musselman. Her shot attempt. Wide left of the goal. Sides come even. The ball back to Canada. And they go to the bench with Elise Lemay-Lavoie.
And Canada's consciously taken Maddie Musselman in to 2 meters almost every single possession.
Here's an exclusion against Gilchrist. Christine Robinson drawing that. Power play chance here for Canada. Bekhazi, Alagbo. Cross pass. Lemay-Lavoie. They whip the passes around the perimeter. Skip shot, Keeve there with the save. Able to knock it down on the attempt by Alagbo. And the sides come even. And now off the bench comes Priscilla Orozco replacing Gilchrist.
You know, what ends up happening with those mismatches is you get somebody caught in a bad position with their hips down or whatever because you're trying to help the mismatch. And so that's what happened there. And that's where the kick out was.
On the near side, ordinary. Here's Kraus to O'Donnell. Double team on Craig in at 2 meters. O'Donnell will walk it in and put it away. Colleen O'Donnell gets Team USA on the board. They trail 2-1, 3:27 left. And a much-needed goal there for the United States as O'Donnell's able to hit. Colleen O'Donnell, a late addition to this roster, replacing Ashley Grossman, who went out with an injury before the tournament started, and comes up with a big goal there. And Canada will start things off now after the goal. Here's Bekhazi. Shae Fournier has checked in. She's controlling. She'll take a look. Robinson looking to post up Marissa Young, who's also come on. And here's Mackenzie Fisher defending. Shot clock to 9. LeMay Lavoie to Bekhazi, looking from deep. And Keeve just able to rescue that one from going in. In transition, going to see an exclusion here, a power play coming for the United States. The exclusion will go against Canada and Alexa Thielman. And a 6-on-5 here for Team USA. Coach Adam Krikorian calling for time, and with 2:50 left here in the first, a chance for Team USA to try and tie this game after a strong start by Canada.
Yeah, and I mean, Coach Krikorian, you know, he's such a good coach. He's so smart. The first 6-on-5, he didn't really like what he saw. Going to call timeout, you know, really regroup and see what happens in this one. I mean, I think he wants to be very, very clear about what's going to happen in this next 6-on-5 and get back on track.
And he talked about some of the newcomers on this United States squad. A few athletes here making their debut at the senior team level. Some others, maybe their second time around. So it's not that group of veterans that perhaps he's used to from a few years back, where they were a well-oiled machine. They had been practicing things over and over again. This group has not spent that much time together. They had a short training camp before this tournament began. And as far as this 13 is considered, that's about it. So going to take time here to work out some of the kinks, and some of that happens in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gilchrist takes a look. Now to O'Donnell. Orozco near side. Back to Orozco. Maddie Rosenthal has come on. She's with Young there on a double post. Outside shot and score it. And they're going to pull the ball out here.
Was the player called back in? What? The player wasn't called back in. There were only 6 seconds.
2:27 to go.
No goal.
And the goal is disallowed.
Player back in the box. Okay, so where do they take the clock? So we need, because the player wasn't called in, we'll go back to what time is it?
So the issue here, the exclusion had ended. Thielman should have been waved back in by the scorers table. That didn't happen. So despite that goal there from Team USA, they'll take it off the board.
No reset on the clock. So how much is then left on the shot? There should be 10 seconds.
Coach Guy Baker not happy that this has transpired, but
10 seconds left because the player was not called in.
they're going to reset the shot clock to 10
So
seconds.
there's 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Teams are even. Blue ball. Because the player was not called in. So 10 seconds. Are we all good on the table?
So it'll be even strength.
Okay, so we good now to go? 10.
Even strength. No more power play here for the U.S. And now I think we might see
Coach Krikorian, I mean, he's making a valid point, but I think the referees have to start it at even with 10 seconds according to the rule.
Yeah, I understand his point in that if you're going to go back to when the exclusion should have ended, that means someone needs to take the time to actually swim back into the pool. You can't just place them back in their spot. But nonetheless, here we are with 4 on the shot clock. Outside shot attempt there from Orozco. He goes out of play wide left, and after some confusion there, it's back to Team Canada with 2:19 to go.
That's a tough break for Team USA because that 6-on-5 looked really good, but you could build a little bit of momentum off of that possession because it was a really strong 6-on-5 possession.
Yeah, the goal disallowed there. Player not called back in time. 2 minutes to go here in the first, a 2-1 lead for Canada. Outside shot wide right of the goal, and it's back into E.B. Keeve and Team USA. Keeve surveying the situation, goes ahead to Colleen O'Donnell. Over to Orozco now. Orozco will take a look inside Rosenthal. She lost the handle. Guarded there closely by LeMay Lavoie and turns it over. It'll come back to Coulter John in Canada.
It seems as though both teams have really sort of settled down, and now they're really, you know, the talent's really rising to the top. I mean, both teams are really good defensively. So
entry into Thielman, Keeve with a save. Couple of MPSF foes right there from UCLA and Arizona State here for their national teams, and Keeve gets the stop, and it goes ahead now to Priscilla Orozco. Minute 5 to go. Clean look from the outside for O'Donnell. She goes bar and out. Rebound controlled Trojan. Under a minute to play now in the first. 2-1 lead for Canada. Bekhazi, Young guarding there. Cross pass comes near side here to Robinson. Shot clock to 9 for Canada. Out to Bekhazi at mid-tank. Timer to 4. Eggens takes a look, picks it up, fires. Keeve with the save. E.B. Keeve, couple of stops here consecutively. The first extended action here as a member of the senior national team in this tournament this week. Here's Kraus controlling now in the offensive end. 16 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Orozco gives a look. Tries to no-look it inside to Gilchrist. Knocked away. Canada takes it. And Trojan will handle. Deal off to Eggens. She'll throw one up. Keeve pulls it down. And that's the end of the first. 1 quarter in the books here in Riverside. It's a 2-1 lead for Canada. We'll take a break and return with the second right here. Second quarter about to begin here in Riverside. A 2-1 lead for Canada. Along with Steve Carrera, Greg Meskel here with you from the Riverside Aquatics Complex. Thanks for joining us. A meeting of two rivals here, and a solid start for Canada. Team USA rallying with a goal. Thought they had another, disallowed after an exclusion and then a re-entry went awry. And so they remain down 1, and Canada controls this opening sprint to start things off here in the second.
Well, right away, Team Canada running a little cross pick up top to get 2 meters open. USA recognizes it right away and goes into that drop.
Here's Eggens. Neither side has been able to get too much going out of their center play. They both have pretty dominant centers. Here's Monton. Fires. Keeve got a couple of hands on that and knocked it out of play. It'll come back in with a new shot clock in at 2 meters here for Canada. It's interesting, too, earlier in this week, both the wins for Canada and USA have been rather lopsided victories, and the coaches haven't had to be that vocal or that active, and now you're seeing both coaches at different times, as we see a shot there, and Keeve gets another piece of that, but standing up, active, communicating with their team, so obviously a game that's a little bit more intense, not even just for the players, but for the coaching staff as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a fear when you play sort of easy games in the beginning that your team's going to come out flat, and sometimes those coaches need to come out and be a little bit more active and a little bit more vocal just to get them fired up. But you saw the pace of the game really change in the middle of that first quarter. Everybody settled in, and now you're seeing the teams at full strength, full speed.
Here's Bekhazi. Outside try, skips it home. Joelle Bekhazi connecting for Canada. They go in front 3-1. 7:03 to go here in the first half. Former USC Trojan, Joelle Bekhazi. Big-time scorer here for Team Canada, puts that one away. There's a good look at another former USC Trojan, Kami Craig for Team USA. Here's KK Clark handling. Guarded out near mid-tank by Robinson. Big scrum, lots of motion there. We come near side now, Elise Williams.
Very physical down in 2 meters.
Clark takes a look, goes to Kraus. They keep it on the perimeter. Shot clock to 6. Entry inside, and an exclusion called. Musselman diving to the cage and dragged down from behind Alogbo, the guilty party, and a 6-on-5 here for Team USA.
And that's what Maddie brings to the table. Not only really strong work ethic, but she has very good moves one-on-one. And just going inside like that, inside water, drawing a kick out.
Kraus, that shot almost went over the keeper's head and in, but Trojan got enough on it to slow it down. Ball back to Canada, sides come even. Here's LeMay-Lavoie on the move. Looking inside, and an exclusion going to be called here on KK Clark. She will head out. That is her second on Team USA's starting 2-meter defender. Here's Eggens. Cross pass now, Bekhazi. Comes middle, Robinson gives it a look. Couple of quick passes here. Sides coming even, exclusion ending. Score it for Canada. Joelle Bekhazi hitting for her second of the evening. It's a 4-1 lead for Canada as they convert another power play. Right as sides were coming even. Bekhazi taking advantage.
And the ball was just moving from one side to the other. I mean, just great patience by Team Canada right there.
Making Keeve slide side to side with those passes. Ordinary. Williams takes a look, gives off to Kraus. Entry inside to Fisher, who got inside. Trying to get free. Shot clock to 7. Crevier pursuing. Ordinary called. Here's Williams. Few fakes, fires. Bar down. Pulled out of there by Trojan.
You know, Team Canada is really consciously saying, you know, you're not going to beat us inside. You're not going to get in 2 meters. You're going to have to beat us by shooting on the outside. And right now, the shots aren't quite falling, but we saw this in earlier games. Things could change right away from one quarter to the next. So Team USA just got to keep shooting the ball.
Robinson now backing into Kraus into 2 meters. Here's Bekhazi on the near side. Skip shot attempt there from Carmen Eggens. Too much bounce on it, over the goal, out of play. It's back to Team USA with 4:45 to go here in the first half. Canada ahead 4-1. Ordinary called. Musselman controlling. Fisher to O'Donnell. Fisher works it in on the far side. Gives to O'Donnell. Her shot attempt, field blocked. Knocked down, controlled by LeMay-Lavoie in Canada. Canada's defense here, Steve, doing a nice job really forcing everything from the U.S. to come from the perimeter.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, Team USA is being patient. They're getting some pretty good shots. Canada's playing really good defense, and they're making a couple shot blocks. So, you know, something's going to give as the quarters go on.
Got a contra foul there on Canada. Grab on the suit. It'll turn over and go back to Team USA. 4:05 left here in the first half. Here's Williams to Kraus. Ordinary called. O'Donnell into Craig. The entry and the exclusion is called. This will go against LeMay-Lavoie, her first power play here for Team USA. Here's Musselman. Kraus now handling. She'll give it a look. Swinging around to O'Donnell. Fisher. Fires and scores. Mackenzie Fisher connecting for Team USA. And a 4-2 game now in favor of Canada. 3:37 to go. Nicely done by Fisher.
Absolutely. Walks it in. Very, very patient. And, you know, got to give credit to Kami Craig right there. You know, the ball goes in that one time. She gets a kick out and creates that offensive opportunity for Team USA.
And we've touched on Musselman at Corona Del Mar High School. Fisher wrapping up her junior year at Laguna Beach High School. CIF Division I Southern Section champion with Laguna Beach High School, and obvious choice for Player of the Year as well, the OC Register. And the Fishers, they keep coming. Her younger sister Aria, not a bad player herself, on the way up the ranks as well.
And they got a very bright future. And I mean, just again, testament to Team USA.
Here's Bekhazi again scoring. That's her third. She's got an early hat trick here. And Canada comes right back answering that United States goal with a score of their own, 5-2 the lead.
You know, testament to Team USA on just continually bringing up talent. And I think it takes a lot of guts to do that, you know, to bring up high school players and get ready not just for the next Olympics, trying to qualify for the next Olympics, but looking beyond that. I mean that's great leadership.
Here's Gilchrist. And O'Donnell. And taken away by Fournier. Good defense there from Shae Fournier. Canada now on the move. Fournier advancing. Needs someone to get her live here so she can operate with the ball. Gives it off to Alagbo. And now Carmen Eggens. Here's Montan on the perimeter. Emma Wright, the left-hander. And now Fournier. Entry inside to Alagbo. Keeve with a great save, ranging to her right. Alagbo had a corner picked out there, but Keeve takes it away.
A great save. And I think right now Team USA, when they're subbing, the people are coming off the bench. They just need to get a little bit more into a rhythm. You know, it's not that they're playing poorly. They just need to get a little bit more of a rhythm and get back into the groove here.
Gilchrist gives it a look. Fired from the outside and hits Kaleigh Gilchrist, connecting. The third goal of the night for Team USA. They trail by 2 now with 2:13 left in the first half.
You know, now that outside shot's starting to open up a little bit. And so when that happens, obviously you got to press a little bit more, and now you're leaving 2 meters open. So, you know, it starts inside out, and sometimes those shots aren't working on the outside, but you know that Team USA is going to come out and be able to start putting them away.
We touched on this in some of our earlier games here in the FINA Intercontinental Tournament, but a deficit 2-3 goals with teams like USA and Canada doesn't mean much. Either side can battle back super fast. Some of the other teams we've seen here, Japan, some of the teams that struggle to score, you put them down 2 or 3, they might be finished.
Yeah.
But these two sides, you know they can come back, and outside try there, Keeve knocks it away.
You know, both teams are very versatile, and they both have different types of lineups, so they can put in a counterattack lineup or a defensive lineup or a front court lineup. You know, I mean, that's what both of these coaches are looking for, a lot of versatility in each of their players.
Off the deflection out by Keeve. A new shot clock here for Canada. Fournier gives off to Carmen Eggens. They keep it on the perimeter. Here's Wright. She tries to go near side on the skip. Save Keeve. Long outlet pass now. Here's Orozco. Tries to go weak side. Penalty called. She found Krause surging to the goal, and Carmen Eggens make that Monika Eggens called for the penalty. Eggens were there together. And it'll be a chance for Priscilla Orozco to draw Team USA within 1. Orozco puts it away. It's a 1-goal game with 1:19 remaining.
I think Team USA showing that versatility, you know, being able to play good defense, get out on the counter, create some easy opportunities. In a game like this, I mean, I know we've touched on the 6-on-5, but if you can get 1 or 2 easy goals, counterattack goals, it just opens everything up for you, and it makes the game a lot easier. So Team USA really capitalizing on that counterattack.
And a 5-4 game, 1:18 to play here in the first half. Overpass, and Rosenthal able to come over and take it away. But then a late exclusion call. And this is going to send Marissa Young to the side, and now a 6-on-5 here for Team Canada. Robinson, Bekhazi. Quick attempt, Carmen Eggens, field blocked by Krause. Got a big hand on that. And it's back in to E.B. Keeve and Team USA with a minute to play here in the first half.
Yeah, and as we all know, I mean, it's not so much that it might be the right or the wrong call by the referee. It's just when it comes late, you always question it a little bit. But, you know, he saw a grab, he saw the suit being pulled. You got to call it.
And now, speaking of that, a contra foul on the other end, and Team USA will give it right back. Yeah, that pretty much applies to any sport. If you're going to make a call, just make it.
Yep.
Here's Carmen Eggens. Montan working on O'Donnell. Has a size mismatch there, but coming over is Gilchrist to help make the steal. And then a timeout called by the United States. 29 seconds remain here in the first half. They trail 5-4, and an opportunity here to close out the half.
You know, really wanting to get another good possession here. You got Craig coming back, and now that the outside shooting is working, it might open up a little 2-meter play for her. So be interesting to see what play they run here. But I'm fairly certain they're going to look inside first.
About a 1-second differential between the shot and the game clock, so the United States could choose to really run this thing down to the last second or two as we get on towards halftime. It's a 5-4 lead for Canada as Team USA breaks their huddle. Coach Adam Krikorian. USA has bounced back with a couple of goals here. And here's O'Donnell to put things in play. Here's Kraus. Over to Gilchrist. Now Fisher. Craig trying to work free at 2 meters. Back to Gilchrist. Fisher takes a look. Out to Gilchrist. Shot clock to 7. Entry into Craig. 3 Canada players there to take it away. They make the steal, and Team USA will not get off the final shot. Canada runs out the clock. We come into halftime. Canada in front of this one, 5-4 over Team USA on the final day of group play here at the FINA Intercontinental Tournament. We'll take a timeout now and return. Take a look at the first half and get you ready for the start of the third quarter. Stay with us here in Riverside. Welcome back here at halftime at the Riverside Aquatics Complex. Team USA and Canada. Canada ahead 5-4, and this one, as you look at some of the stats, Joelle Bekhazi, 3 goals. Monika Eggens connecting as well for Canada. You look at Team USA, and they've mixed it up here. Colleen O'Donnell, Priscilla Orozco, Mackenzie Fisher, and Kaleigh Gilchrist all getting on the board. And nice first half here, Steve. You saw Canada jump out to a lead. Team USA rebounded, but Canada has been holding their own here defensively. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, you know, Team USA is throwing a bunch of different lineups out there. And in that last possession, they inserted Kami Craig, and with some of the people who were coming off the bench. You know, one thing it's really nice to see is some of the veteran players pull the younger players aside on Team USA and really kind of guide them and let them know what they've done wrong or what they're doing right. And you could see it when you're this close. I mean, you could obviously see them talking to each other. I'm really looking for Team USA to get the ball into Kami. I mean, she's the best player in the pool right now, and they really have to get the ball into 2 meters, but Team Canada's doing a really good job of being active on the drop. They're not just sitting back, they're moving to the shooter, coming right back. So we'll see how they adjust.
Team USA, Canada break their huddles. Get ready for the start of the third. And keep in mind this Team USA squad, if you think about some of the names you know, Maggie Steffens and Annika Dries, Rachel Fatal, some of the folks that have showed up on these rosters the last couple of times. Adam Krikorian, considering the academic school year, a lot of those athletes finishing out their school year before a big summer of travel. This is a chance to get some experience to some inexperienced players or some younger players.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's only going to help them in the future, especially when they're training. I mean, even if they're on the training squad, you want the best possible training squad possible. So, I mean, it's good all the way around. And Team Canada's doing the same thing. You know, I mean, they're both teams are really looking towards the future.
Opening sprint controlled by Team USA as we start the third. Shot clock to 4 for the United States. Gilchrist goes into Craig, and an exclusion will be called. This will go against Canada, and it'll go against Katrina Monton, and that's her first. And a power play chance here for Team USA. Here's Colleen O'Donnell. Musselman to Gilchrist. Takes a look. Kraus moving in. Musselman fires and tipped out. Canada got a piece of that one.
Saw a lot of hands up on that.
Yeah.
6-on-5 right there.
And now sides come even. So the power play is over as Coulter John tipped that one out. A second attempt there from Musselman, and that one is saved. It'll stay with Canada. And now in transition, an exclusion against the United States. This will go on Musselman, so blocked there and then excluded on the way down. And a 6-on-5 opportunity here for Canada. Here's Robinson.
And those transition kickouts really, really hurt, you know, because it lets them go down, set up, and you have to set your defense up while they're swimming. So
beautiful save inside by Keeve. They set up Carmen Eggens right on the front doorstep. Keeve denies her. Minute and a half gone by here in the third. A 5-4 lead for Canada. Steve Carrera, Greg Meskel here with you from Riverside, California. Day 3 of the FINA Intercontinental Tournament. Top 4 teams here qualify for the World League Super Final coming next month in China. Team USA, bronze medalist at that event a year ago. Jillian Krause firing, save Coulter John. Here's Robinson on the move. Giving chase Craig. Come near side to Eggens. Shot clock to 7. Entry into a logboat, dealt back out. Bekhazi tries the lob, scores it. Joelle Bekhazi again as the shot clock expired. It's a 6-4 lead for Canada. Bekhazi with 4 goals.
We touched on that earlier. I mean, just setting up your shot with the hard shot and then coming back with the little lob. You know, that's another great example. Team USA is playing pretty good 2-meter defense. I mean, they were fronting for about 10 seconds right there in the front court, and that's tough to do at this level. So, you know, a couple of them are going to slip by, but Team USA is playing very good defense. They just need to get a little bit more offense going and make sure they're putting away their 6-on-5s.
Joelle Bekhazi has been a scoring machine here early on. That was her 10th goal in just 3 games played. An outstanding start for Bekhazi here for Team Canada. Gilchrist to O'Donnell. Gives off to Elise Williams. Tries to lob too much on that. Off the bar and over the top, out of play. And it's back to Canada. 5:15 to go here in the third. Fournier on the attack. Ordinary. It'll stay with LeMay Lavoie. Here's Fournier. Shot clock to 7. Fournier takes a look. Off the post, rebound Keeve. And Team USA will go on the attack.
And let's see if Team USA can get the ball into 2 meters in transition right here, right where Kami goes and sets up. Right now she's got some room.
Long cross pass, so not going to come there for the entry to Craig. Here's Williams, shot clock to 5. O'Donnell, timer to 2. Williams will have to take it. Field blocked out of play. Bekhazi there with the defense. It's back to Coulter John with 4:20 remaining here in the third.
Team Canada up with 6-on-5 offense right here. Their counterattack.
Canada on the attack. Out to LeMay Lavoie. Monton backing Gilchrist into 2 meters. Outside try. Keeve got a piece of that one. Knocked it out of play. It'll be a new possession for Canada and a new shot clock here at the 4-minute mark of the third. And there's a look at Gilchrist. 2 sports star at a USC. 6-4 lead. Canada in front. Here's Fournier. She'll try to skip too much on it, over the goal and out of play. And it's back into Keeve. Keeve sends it ahead to Williams. Craig working hard at 2 meters. They haven't been able to get her involved all that much. And on the other side of things, neither has Canada with their 2-meter players. Orozco fires, save Coulter John.
And you know, it's just a little bit of some overpassing on the perimeter. You know, they're just a little bit off. And I mean, you mentioned it earlier. They haven't been together for very long. It's only been about 6 or 7 weeks. You know, those things are going to happen as they get the feel of each other and making sure that they're got the team chemistry and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time, but I would say if you fast forward a couple months, those passes are going to be on the money for sure.
Contra foul called against Canada. It'll turn over to Team USA, and on the horizon for both of these squads and for the elite teams in women's water polo, World League Super Final, and then followed by the World Cup. Those are the two major events in the summer of 2014. Here's Williams, shot clock to 9. Kraus with the skip, save. Coulter-John knocks it out. New shot clock here for the United States. 2:44 to go here in the third. Quiet offensively here in the third as we get down towards the end. A 6-4 lead for Canada.
Nice
Cross pass penalty, and offense might just pick up here as Elise Williams draws a penalty. That one will go against Monton. It's her second. And they'll set up Priscilla Orozco. And she scored the last penalty for the United States. And she fumbled it, lost the handle, no shot there, so the United States gives away an easy opportunity, and Coach Guy Baker will call for time. Well, you don't see that very often.
No, you don't. But, you know, happens to happens to the best of them. And, I mean, you know, being together on this stage, I mean, obviously Priscilla Orozco has been here many times, but, you know, you're just getting back into the groove of it. And at this high level, you mentioned it earlier, you know, playing some easier games early on, maybe not on full speed, but, you know, Team USA is looking good. I mean, they're not, I don't think they're playing poorly at all. I think they're playing well. There's just a couple things here that they need to tweak, and I think that's going to happen going into the fourth quarter here.
Timeout called by Canada. 2:38 to play here in the third. 6-4 lead for Canada. And a timeout to use or lose in this period, so perhaps Guy Baker and Team Canada is getting a chance to regroup as they come up with another offensive possession, and happy to dodge a bullet there as Orozco was off the mark, and we could see as she approached the sideline there getting some support from her teammates, a pat on the back, shrug it off. To your point, it's something you don't see a lot, but I can only assume that every player out here has had it happen to them at least once.
Yeah.
Considering all the times everyone's taking a penalty shot. Here's Carmen Eggens moving in now for the Canada offense into a Logbo. Deals out to Robinson. She'll improve her angle, take a look, and almost skipped it past Keeve, who got the left hand on that. Nice crowd on hand here in Riverside. Nearly packed stands behind the Canada and team benches. All here to see one of the best rivalries in women's water polo play out. Here's KK Clark, who's returned. Outside try, and Clark hits it. KK Clark delivering from outside for a 6-5 game. Found herself on the bench there for a little while, carrying 2 exclusions, but she's back in now and scores.
Yeah, not a lot of goal scoring in this whole third quarter. So, I mean, there were some tired bodies out there. You get a fresh set of players out there and make an impact right away. So,
entry inside a Logbo, gets free, puts it away. Logbo got Marissa Young turned around and had a free look at the goal there, and Canada responds right away, so U.S. gets one. Canada gets it right back. Logbo hitting for a 7-5 lead.
that's just a timing thing. I mean, you're fouling, you're expecting someone to come back and help so you can get back around, and just wasn't there fast enough. So
here's Clark trying to get free. Long pass over to Musselman with 1:30 to go here in the third, and Canada heads 7-5. Clark takes a look. Shot clock to 2. Fisher. And shot clock violation. Couldn't get anything going there. And it'll come back to Coulter-John and Canada.
I think right now it's really important for Team USA to finish off this quarter defensively. You know, finish it off strong defensively. The offense will come, but they got to make sure that they're stopping 2 meters and they're not allowing another goal here this quarter.
Credit Canada, though. They have been in control of this game for the majority and holding a 2-goal lead here. Shot there by Bekhazi, knocked out by Keeve.
Keeve is having a great game. she's made a couple of really, really nice blocks.
Yeah, Keeve with 8 saves now. Ordinary called as Canada gets things restarted. Team USA in a press now. Trying to make things difficult here. Here's Monika Eggens.
And when they're in the press, they're doing a good job of fronting.
You hear a lot of the Canadian players saying use the clock. They want to use this entire shot clock here, and it's down to 5 right now. Here's Robinson. She shoots, save, Keeve. Pop that one up in the air, and then a timeout called by Team USA as Clark gathers at the rebound before Eggens could get over and have a second chance. 23 seconds left here in the third, a 7-5 lead for Canada, and one more chance here for Team USA to close out the period.
You know, we talked a little bit about that new rule, the timeout rule, 1 per quarter. You know, this is where that really, you could take advantage of that. You know, you got 23 seconds left in the quarter. You have a timeout. It doesn't cost you anything, and you're going to go over and set up a nice play that you can maybe convert and get a 1-goal game out of it. So expect something, a good play to come out, hopefully getting the ball into 2 meters and getting a natural goal.
Look there at the USA coaching staff. Adam Krikorian on the left, Chris Oeding on the right. Now Dan Clapp there all the way to the left. And the ball will come back in play with KK Clark. KK Clark gets us started. Here's Colleen O'Donnell. Shot clock is off. Team USA can wind this down to the end if they choose. Here's Kraus. Moves in on the far side. Back to Orozco. Down to 8 seconds. Outside try. Score it from distance. KK Clark connects again. 2 in this quarter. It's a 1-goal game.
And you know, the unsung hero, I've said it earlier tonight, is Kami Craig. She draws so much attention right there. Shooter's able to walk in and just take a nice shot, center cage at like 6 or 7 meters. At this level, that's a gimme. I mean, they're going to make that shot more often than not.
Last chance for Canada. Eggens fires over the goal. And it'll be back to Team USA with just 2 seconds left. Keeve will put it in play. Her attempt won't reach the other end, and we come to the end of 3 with Canada 7, Team USA 6. An exciting fourth quarter is on the way. We'll take a break and return to Riverside with all the action. Stay with us. Welcome back here to Riverside. Fourth quarter on the way. 7-6. Canada leading over Team USA along with Steve Carrera, Greg Meskel here with you. And Steve, if I told you that we get to the fourth and Canada and USA would be a 7-6 game, I don't think you'd be too surprised.
No, not at all. I mean, we knew this was going to be a 1-goal game all the way through, and you know, a lot of emotions going on with both teams. They both want to win this game, but I also don't think that they're putting everything. They're not changing up their game plans necessarily to win this game. I mean, they're going to stick with their lineups and their rotations. And Adam Krikorian has been very disciplined about subbing, and so I think they're sticking to the game plan. I think live to fight another day.
Yeah, they know that there's a decent chance that they could meet up with each other. Not just later in this tournament, but later in the summer. Highly likely they're gonna play again this year as a Logbo. On the opening possession of the fourth is blocked by Keeve on that shot attempt, and considering that every other team is also here watching what they're doing and videoing the game, you're probably, to your point, not seeing the full effort. For instance, Armstrong is not starting here for Team USA. She's their general starter. So just little things here or there.
Yeah. And it gives those other players that international experience, which is, I mean, you can't replace experience with anything. So, I mean, you have to play the game and giving them valuable minutes.
Shot attempt there from Gilchrist. Hit off the post, off the head of a Canadian player, and then came back to Monika Eggens, and Canada will take over with just about a minute gone by here in the fourth. Here's Robinson. She'll take a look. Bekhazi. Shot clock to 6. Eggens into a Logbo. Deals it out to Fournier. Fires and scores. Shae Fournier, right as the shot clock was set to expire, puts Canada ahead 8-6.
And Team USA players are looking at each other kind of going, hey, you know, you can't counter off the wing right there, you know, because if they make that great play, what are you going to do? So leaving a player wide open right there, those are those easy goals that we were talking about earlier. You get one or two of those every game. In a game like this, it makes things tough to come back from.
Also, when you play defense for 29 seconds and then Fournier delivers there at the horn, frustrating there for the USA coaching staff. 8-6 lead for Canada. Kraus to Williams. She'll try a shot field blocked by Alagbo. And it comes back to Christine Robinson, one of the veterans of this Canada team. Robinson will push the ball into the front court. Swings to Eggens. Alagbo working on Elise Williams. Here's Carmen Eggens. She'll give a look. Field blocked. The field block, such a sign of the team defense here. They don't rely just on their goalkeeper. You see everyone has their hands up.
I mean, both teams are working so hard on the defensive end. You know, and that's not even counting how hard they're working on the offense, but I mean, everybody's up on their legs, shot blocking so high. You know, when that 6-on-5, you have everybody's hands are up, so.
Shot clock to 4. Elise Williams, field blocked again. Alagbo has knocked down the last 2 tries there from Williams. And the ball back to Coulter-John.
And you see this very deliberate counterattack play by Team Canada, where the person who's either on the wing or up top is going to stop and get in front of Kami Craig, and then they're going to try to get into a 6-on-5 counter.
Entry inside, tipped away. Gilchrist got a piece of it, then Clark comes over. And it's back to E.B. Keeve. Under 5 to play here in the 4th. Gilchrist on the move. Cross pass over to Kraus. Ordinary called. Here's Musselman. Clark into Craig. The catch, moving to the goal, penalty called. Kami Craig wheeling inside, double team came, and it'll be Shae Fournier called for the penalty. That's her first, and a chance here for Team USA. Kaleigh Gilchrist will step up for the shot.
Yeah, and those are 2 textbook examples. First one, the overpass, it goes over the player, they can't get the ball into 2 meters. Next one's on the money, goes right into 2 meters.
Gilchrist puts it away. The USA is back within 1, 8-7, 4:34 to go in the match. Second goal of the night for surfing champion / water polo star Kaleigh Gilchrist. Just finished up her senior year at USC. And the chant for USA goes out among the faithful here in Riverside. Rooting on the home team within 1, 4:30 to go here in the 4th. Here's Carmen Eggens.
And play's getting real physical in 2 meters now.
Yeah, double post, Alagbo and Monton battling down there, setting up shop. Here's Robinson. Clark defending there with 2 exclusions. Gilchrist again getting a hand on it. So scoring on one end, defending on the other. Gilchrist with a steal. Deals back to Keeve, and here comes Team USA. Long outlet to Orozco. United States on the move. Cross pass, redirect. Here's Kraus. Picks it up. Thinks twice. Ordinary called. And Team USA will regroup with 10 on the shot clock. Here's Clark. Rosenthal working in at 2 meters. Fires from the outside. It's Orozco. We're tied at 8.
Spectacular shot by Orozco right there. What a way to bounce back, you know, after making that 5-meter sort of mistake, and comes back with the confidence to just let it go, catch and shoot, cross cage, great shot.
Priscilla Orozco threading the needle, her second of the night. To your point, coming back, she bobbled a 5-meter shot, didn't even get a shot off earlier in the match, and now she's evened us up here at 8, 3:45 to go in the 4th. Here's Robinson. Inside to Alagbo. This could be all for KK Clark. And it will. The exclusion on Clark, that is her third, so she is done for the day. Give her credit for staying in as long as she did. Here's Bekhazi, near side Eggens. Power play for Canada. Robinson, Keeve the save. E.B. Keeve knocks it down. Her 10th save of the evening. And it's an 8-8 game, 3:15 to go in the fourth. Mackenzie Fisher's come on. Colleen O'Donnell will control. Here's Gilchrist, shot clock to 6. Gilchrist takes a look. Timer to 2, she'll fire and score. Kaleigh Gilchrist again. Team USA's ahead 9-8.
Great shot. Yeah, I mean, Team USA just has like a boost of confidence right now. I mean, you could tell just the way they're attacking, the way they're counterattacking right now. They feel really confident about this game. And now the pressure's going to be on Canada right now. This is a very, very critical possession for Team Canada.
Canada leading since the early stages. Team USA has battled back with 3 straight to go from down 8-6 to ahead 9-8 with 2:50 left here in the fourth. Here's Christina Alagbo on the far side. Bekhazi takes a look. Entry inside. Penalty called. Katrina Monton. And it'll go against Colleen O'Donnell. As Monton working inside, Joelle Bekhazi will now step up for the potential tying goal here with 2:39 to play. Bekhazi puts it away. Her 5th, and we're even once more, this time at 9 with 2:39 to play in the fourth.
And, you know, I kind of mentioned it, that possession was going to be huge for Team Canada, and they got something out of it. And now it's the same thing with Team USA. They have to come back. They have to, and you see Kami Craig come in. You know, they know that this is a big possession for them. It doesn't necessarily have to be a goal, but they just have to have a good offensive, patient possession here.
Craig returns for Rosenthal. See if they can get her involved. Here's Kraus. Gilchrist driving through back door. Now she'll pull it back out. Here's O'Donnell. Kraus into Craig. The turn. Exclusion called. No goal. Team USA would have preferred they let that one play out, but it'll be a 6-on-5 here. Exclusion goes on Carmen Eggens, her second, and a 6-on-5 chance here for the United States.
That's just such a fine line right there, because you don't want to, you know, let her lose the ball, but, you know, that was a great turn by Kami Craig. That was a power move.
Here's Gilchrist. She's been on fire in this fourth. Orozco takes a look. O'Donnell. Kraus. Shot attempt blocked. Coulter John got a piece of that, and Eggens controls the rebound. Sides come even. Under 2 to play in the fourth. All even at 9, Team USA and Canada. Final day of group play here in the FINA Intercontinental Tournament. Here's Robinson. Shot clock to 7. Alagbo moving in. Tries the lob. Too much on it. Keeve lets it fly by. The ball's back to the United States.
I think both teams here have timeouts too, so this might be, you know, USA has 2 possessions, Canada has 1 here, so they might just play this one out.
Here's Mackenzie Fisher. United States looking for some movement here on offense. A little static right now. Gilchrist gives it a look. Gilchrist moving in. Shot clock to 6. She'll fire off the post. Rebound controlled Canada.
Oh, that was a rocket. That was a rocket.
And timeout called Canada. So there's the Canadian timeout. 59 seconds left in the fourth. We're even at 9. Coach Guy Baker calls for time. And Steve, we look at what Canada has done to this point to score 9 goals. What direction do you see them going and coming out of this timeout?
You know, I see a little, they were running a little cross pick in the beginning of that game, up top in the beginning of this game. And so I could see them going again with the little cross pick so that they can get somebody deep into position in 2 meters. On USA side, I mean, I think if they start off in the front and press and then work that into a drop and gap, I think they're going to be okay, because Keeve is having a great game in the goal. So They're pulling Kami Craig out. We'll see what happens here, but I could see a little bit of a cross pick, or they're going to try to get a post up going. Team Canada is.
Coming back with a smaller lineup is Team USA. Keeve having an excellent game. Nicola Coulter-John not bad as well.
Watch that 5 wing over there. There's that little pick.
Ordinary called. They get it over to the far side. Team USA physical on defense here. Eggens controls the ball back near mid-tank. Shot clock to 10 for the Canadians. Here's Robinson. Looking inside, Monton taken away. Orozco, a fight for the ball. And the U.S. will have it with 39 seconds left here. And Team USA will look to advance the ball. Adam Krikorian perhaps waiting to signal for a timeout here. 30 seconds remain in the game. We're even at 9, and now he'll call for time with 18 seconds to go on the USA shot clock and 28 seconds left here in the fourth. Coach Guy Baker not pleased with the official on his side.
Not at all.
Thought there could have been a call there in favor of Canada.
You know, I guess I can kind of see his point, but from my angle right here, I think they're both, you know, it could easily have been an offensive foul too. I mean, she's sort of facing the defender. The referees are really going to let it go with 40 seconds left in the game. So, I mean, to be honest, I really credit the referees for not calling something right there and letting it be a clear kick out. To me, it wasn't. Obviously, Coach Baker thinks it is. So,
even at 9 here, keep in mind, in this tournament, there is no overtime. We go straight to penalty shots. Saw it in a game earlier in the tournament. Japan topping Kazakhstan in penalties. Could be headed there again in this one. 9-9 the score. Likely the last best chance in regulation here for Team USA. Here's Gilchrist. Shot clock to 14. Let's see what Team USA has coming out of the timeout. Alogbo defending Kraus. Here's O'Donnell. Gilchrist, 5 seconds to go. Fisher moving in. 1 second left. O'Donnell, field block, knocked down. That's just the shot clock. There's still time left. The officials make a mistake. That was supposed to be USA ball. O'Donnell had that.
That's 7 seconds, 7.82 on the clock is where I saw it.
This needs to be USA ball. I think even Canada can admit that. Shot clock expired, but the game clock still had a little over 7 seconds left. Looked to me as if O'Donnell was going to be in possession of that ball on her own rebound. And now they do award the ball to Team USA. 7 seconds left. Shot clock is off. USA will get one final look here. Canada defense held. Can they do it again? They're going to put it into Craig at 2 meters to start things off. She'll go back to Fisher. Inside to Craig. Tipped away. Taken away by Coulter-John. Eggens will let one fly. Keeve knocks it down. We're going to a shootout between Team USA and Canada. We're all tied at 9 after regulation.
And with 7 seconds left, that was the best opportunity that they were going to get. I mean, Mackenzie didn't really get it clean right there. She tried to go right back to Kami. Had that been a clean pass, very easily a goal or a 5 meter right there.
Yeah, weird finish there. O'Donnell on the initial play. You wonder what would have happened there if she had gotten the ordinary instead of what did happen. Does she get a clean look from outside 5 meters?
Yeah.
In the end, they get a pretty clean opportunity. The referee essentially sets it into Kami Craig. They restart it there, and they get an opportunity. Canada, the defense holds, and we're headed to a shootout. So 4 quarters in the books won't be enough to decide this one between Team USA and Canada. We're tied at 9. We'll take a timeout and return with the shootout. Stay close for a exciting finish. Welcome back here to Riverside. A dramatic finish to this one on the way as we're headed to a shootout between Team USA and Canada, all even at 9 after regulation. Look back at some of the numbers here in the first 4 quarters. Joelle Bekhazi, 5 goals for Team Canada. Kaleigh Gilchrist, a huge fourth quarter, 3 goals and help Team USA back into this one. And there's the shooters for the United States: Kami Craig, Priscilla Orozco, Kaleigh Gilchrist, Maddie Musselman, and Jillian Krause. And then for Canada, Joelle Bekhazi, Monika Eggens, Shae Fournier, Christine Robinson, and you've also got the left-hander Emma Wright. And if you're going to have a shootout between USA and Canada, you can't help but think of the gold medal final from the 2011 Pan American Games, in the Guinness Book for most shootouts to finish a water polo match. That went 20 rounds. A ridiculous finish, and Team USA outlasting Canada in that one to clinch an Olympic berth. So,
and interesting that Team Canada appears to have switched their goalie out.
That is correct. They have gone to Alicia Magliocco in the cage. Team USA stays with Keeve. And up first here will be Joelle Bekhazi. So we'll go 5 shooters on each side. Should we be tied after that, then we'll go 1 for 1, shooting until one side makes and one side misses.
And hopefully it's not 20 rounds.
And that's how you get to 20 rounds. Yeah, I think that was a once-in-a-lifetime that time around. Yeah. But here's Bekhazi. Again, the usual posturing and positioning. Goalie tries to creep out. Shooter tries to creep in. And she puts it away. Skip shot is in.
Man, what sort of thought process is going on with Coach Baker subbing somebody in for this part of the game?
Maybe he just always wanted to see what Magliocco does in a shootout. This is a chance to see how players respond to these moments. Craig puts it away with ease. Big cheer there from the USA crowd. And now Monika Eggens, not too far removed from a historic career at the University of Hawaii. One of the best players to ever come through there. Oh, she just totally missed that one wide or right. Not even close, I don't think.
Wow.
Might have lost the handle on that, you have to think. And here's Orozco. And she's blocked. Magliocco gets a hand on that one from Orozco. You have to wonder if that last shot played in her mind a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
I know for me, I think I'm going to make sure I get a real good grip on this ball. And that doesn't always lead to the most deception when you're trying to shoot it.
But, we talked about it at the break, just props to Coach Krikorian for having the confidence in their players.
Yeah, put her back out there. Yeah,
exactly, regardless of whatever mistake that she may have made.
Here's Fournier. Save Keeve. So 2 misses now here for Canada, and here's Kaleigh Gilchrist. And Gilchrist with a chance to put Team USA ahead. Gilchrist hits. We're on to our 4th round now. And for Canada, here comes Emma Wright. Here's the left-hander, one of the rising young talents for this Canadian team. And Keeve got a hand on it, but not enough. Wright scores it. And now here's Maddie Musselman. Talk about a big stage for a young up-and-comer. Little housekeeping here. Keeve's got to get rid of the spare ball that's still in play. And now Musselman can shoot it. This to keep the pressure on. Puts it away.
Doesn't get much more pressure than that in her young career.
And now speaking of pressure, this is a must convert here on the 5th shooter for Canada. A miss and we are done. Christine Robinson to shoot. Keeve with a save. That's the game. Team USA wins it. E.B. Keeve with the stop. Canada can't convert, and the United States takes it 12-11 in a shootout. What an exciting finish here in Riverside. Team USA will take first place in Group A. They go 3-0. They'll meet Venezuela in the crossover. Canada falls to 2-1. And Team USA battles back after trailing for large parts of this game. They stayed in it, and they come out winners at the end. Keeve with a couple of big stops.
Goalie play was amazing, and they stuck with their defense the entire game. I mean, they made some mistakes, but in the end, they really tightened up the defense in that third and fourth quarter. And Priscilla Orozco, even though she missed a couple shots, she had a great game. And Gilchrist, I mean, player of the game for me.
So Team USA wins it. And they come away with the victory. And we're hoping to talk with a member of the victorious squad here soon. Exciting finish in this one. Regulation went back and forth. You expect this when you get these two teams together, that you're going to see a close match, and that's what we got here all the way into a shootout.
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of like nerves and rust and stuff going on, but in the end, I mean, the talent, like I said, rose to the top, and they really played a really good game. Very aggressive, very physical game, and I mean, when you're sitting right here poolside, the speed of the game is so intense. You know, when you're here live, you know, you can really feel the energy, and you can feel, you know, how fast all the decision making is. So it was a great game to watch from here, and you know, I know that they might see each other again, whether it's in this tournament later on or later on this year. You know, it's going to happen. So looking forward to that, actually.
Tied at 9-9 after regulation. We go to a shootout, and Canada misses 3 of their 5 opportunities, so Team USA doesn't even need to take that final shot. And E.B. Keeve coming up with a big block, 10 saves in regulation, and does the job here, getting a piece on a couple of those shots, and one of them just sailed wide on Canada, so she gets 2 blocks there in the shootout, and a fantastic finish here for the United States, and a strong start to this FINA Intercontinental Tournament, and they're moving on with a favorable matchup against Venezuela in the crossover. We're going to take a timeout now. Come back here to talk with a member of Team USA, so we'll step aside, come back, and join us here for more from Riverside. And we're back here poolside, joined with Kaleigh Gilchrist from Team USA. Pretty awesome game, huh? What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously any game going to a shootout is fun, and we definitely came back, started off a little shaky, but it just shows, you know, our team and our depth by pushing through and, you know, putting it into a shootout. And then, you know, EB had some huge saves in that shootout in the entire game, so it kept us in it, and we were able to get the win. Wouldn't
be USA and Canada if it didn't go to a shootout, right? We were thinking back to that great Pan Am game a couple of years ago.
Yeah, of course. You know, they're great rivalry, great team, so it's always a good match with them.
You guys started off a little slow to your point there, and then kind of rebounded in the fourth. What kind of changed for you guys in the fourth quarter when you started to get it together?
You know, I just think we were just working more as a team, and you know, our defense was coming a little bit better together, and just working against their press. They run a great defense, so we were able just to connect the little dots that we were missing earlier in the game.
And then how about your outside shooting? I think of you more with this team as maybe on the defensive end or down around 2-3 meters, but you put away a few there from the outside.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunities were open. I just had to put it in the cage. You know, my teammates set me up well, so all I had to do was, you know, get it in the goal, and I was able to do that tonight.
And tell me about coming off of the college season and being able to jump right back into it. I know that year didn't end the way you guys would have hoped for SC. Is it a little cathartic for you to be able to get right back into the pool and play water polo?
I mean, I had about a week off and was able, you know, it was my birthday, graduation. I had a nice little break, but after that loss, you know, and NC2As definitely didn't go the way we wanted to. It just kind of lights a fire under your butt, and you just want to compete and get better. And now it's pretty cool that we have opportunities to play with some of our rivals. You know, some of these girls we've been rivals since, you know, 10 and under, so it's pretty cool to come together and play together as a team.
And last thing now, you've done the job here in group play. You advance out of that. What are your expectations as you look towards the rest of this tournament and trying to qualify for China?
You know, the goal is just to get better each and every game. We have a team that hasn't played a lot of water polo together, so it's great, and I think we've slowly but surely been doing that, so hopefully it continues through the rest of the week.
Kaleigh Gilchrist, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Kaleigh Gilchrist joining us here. We'll take a break and come back and wrap things up. Team USA winners in a shootout. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Riverside Aquatics Complex. Steve Carrera, Greg Meskel here with you as we put a wrap on day 3, the end of group play here at the FINA Women's Intercontinental Tournament. And, Steve, a pretty exciting day. It started off slow and then progressively got better and better and better until the finish we just had here with the USA and Canada. Our first game, Australia just dominates Venezuela 17-0. One of those learning experiences for Venezuela. We knew that it was going to be a tough game for them, and Australia on their end took care of business.
Yeah, absolutely. Australia had a great game. 17-0, obviously lopsided. Australia the better team, but Venezuela did do some great things on the offensive end, defensive end, and Australia played with a lot of class today.
Moving on from that, we got into a pretty good game. We expected it to be close, and it was. Brazil and China. An oddity in that game in the third. There's a lengthy exclusion, a 4-minute major after a brutality foul on China's Song Dong-Loon. That keeps Brazil in that game. They're able to come all the way back, make it close, and you have to credit China. They pulled out 8-6. They figured out a way to get past that big error in the third.
Absolutely, and Brazil, one of the up-and-coming teams and getting ready for the next Olympic Games. They're going to be the host country. They played very well, never gave up. China just sort of was overpowering them in the fourth quarter, but great game all the way through.
And then we got into, we didn't know this, but our shootout doubleheader. It started first with Japan and Kazakhstan, two teams that were winless in the first 2 days. They get into a pretty even match with each other. It ends in a shootout. Japan 11-10. I think the story here that will get washed away by the final score is that Japan could have easily won this in regulation.
Yeah, I mean, Japan had the game in the bag, but credit Kazakhstan for coming back and never giving up. The shots started going in for them, and it was a great shootout game.
And then our final game here, the one that everyone showed up for here in Riverside, the home team, Team USA, taking on Canada. Again, this goes to a shootout. On this end, this was a situation where Canada really was in control for large parts of this game. The USA battles back in large part to what Kaleigh Gilchrist did in the fourth, and then Keeve defensively, and they figure out a way in the shootout, 12-11.
Yeah, I mean, Team USA stayed the course. You know, they kept with the rotation, they kept with the subbing. They never gave up. They really emphasized their defense, and they really came back and showed a lot of character. And then Keeve was just a great goalkeeper today. Stopped a lot of shots in the 5-meter and in the regular play. Yeah,
Keeve has the final block in the shootout to secure the victory for Team USA. Well, that concludes day 3. We're back at it tomorrow right here from Riverside Aquatics Complex. We're into the quarterfinals, the crossover round. We'll see who's going to go on to the semis, who will go into the consolation bracket, who's going to get their chance to move on to the super final in China. But that'll do it for us tonight. For Steve Carrera, Greg Meskel, and our entire crew here, thanks for watching us. We'll see you tomorrow here in Riverside.